Hello and welcome back to Adrenaline Fueled Firearms. You're probably not familiar with me because this is my whopping second video, but hey, hopefully you'll find this video, enjoy the sarcasm and the general information that I'll be dispensing today, and maybe like and subscribe and come back and see if you can find some other sarcastic amusement. I tend to attempt to put out a lot of sarcastic amusement, so we're going to see how this goes. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the XDM Elite 5.25 inch precision model by Springfield Arms, manufactured in Croatia. They've actually changed the website up some now. They took off the word precision, so apparently they felt they were being a little, sell it by the word or something. I don't know. Anyway, now they're just calling it the XDM Elite 5.25 inch handgun. So we'll dive right into this turkey. First off, this is my second XD that I've personally had. So my original was actually an XD period, end of story. There were no M's, there were nothing else, and it was in a 45. I really enjoyed it and was forced to part with it, so I determined, when it was time for a new handgun, I thought I'd pick up another XD. I started nosing around and found this, the XDM Elite. They've reworked the trigger mechanism on the Elites. It's supposed to be what they call a meta trigger. So anyway, all the marketing gossip and nonsense aside, overall I enjoyed operating the handgun. Fired really well. I put a couple hundred rounds through it to be sure it was well broken in. There it is, by the way. You probably couldn't see it before because I suck at this video stuff and wasn't holding it up. But anyway, there's some lightning in the front, fiber optic front sight, fully adjustable rear sight. I would pretty much say she is about as ambidextrous as you can get. The magazine release goes from both sides, the slide release goes from both sides, and shockingly, you can even use your left trigger finger on the trigger and it works just fine. So, that being said, the unit also comes with 3 22-round magazines, which I think is pretty exceptional. A lot of other handguns don't offer 3 magazines stock from the factory, let alone 22-round capacity. So, one thing I wasn't as enthusiastic about, when I purchased my XD back in the day, you got a holster, a magazine assist loader, and a little 2 magazine pouch that you could put on your belt. It's cutesy little nonsense, but it's kind of nice to have because then you don't need to go out and invest in another one. And they were actually pretty well manufactured products. They were not terrible. I mean, they were right out of the box, they were nice. And the unit when I purchased it, I'm not even going to lie, I don't remember what year it was, but the unit when I purchased it was right around the same price line, a little bit higher. It was called the XD Tactical. Again, it was a full-length firearm, if you see a trend there, but it also had a thumb safety, which isn't real common on striker firearms that I've been able to find. Personally, I kind of like a thumb safety. I kind of miss having it, but honestly, it's not a firing pin blocking rolling safety style like you see on some of the slide handguns with a hammer, which is what I like about having a thumb safety, if they actually interfere with the firing pin to help prevent accidental discharge other than just not pulling the trigger. So that was one thing I'd like to see back, but that's probably me and about 5 other people in the entire world, so we're probably going to get outvoted on that one. But the unit has a really fat magazine well to assist reloading. You can remove this. It's roll pin here, the same way you change the back strap, you can get rid of this. And there's a smaller one that was not made available with this. There were 2 optional back straps with this, but I did not see a smaller mag well, which is typical of the other XDs, XDMs. So really just bloody big. Just great, whatever. It got the job done. If you miss it, you've got problems. Just maybe go ahead and give up on handguns altogether and take up slingshots or something. That's got a nice wide cup in there. Done. So, pros, cons. I thought the price line was pretty good. The firearm functioned 3 or 4 different brands of ammunition. I literally tried throwing the cheapest, crappiest ammo at it I could find just because. Let's see if it doesn't shoot anything. I had a Beretta PX4 back in the day. It only shot like 3 brands of ammunition, and I ended up trading it on something else because, well, it shot 3 brands of ammunition. Anything else it jammed, misfed. it put bullets down range as long as you bought the right brands. This bad boy cycled through everything, didn't really have any feeding issues. I mean, everything seemed to function just fine during break-in. And then I actually, I give a lot of my friends crap about Glocks because I've never really been a big fan of Glocks. I define my level as not even Glock curious. But I went ahead and bit the bullet and went out and found something in a comparable size, a 34 striker fire unit, just to kind of get an idea of what the market controller looked like compared to this. So I'm not going to do a head-to-head or anything like that. Like I say, I'm just going to review this, but in general, I like the way the new trigger worked, and I like the ambidextrous controls because while I'm theoretically left-handed, I tend to shoot right or left-handed, just kind of depending on what day it is and how bad I've jacked up a finger. So, really don't have anything bad to say about the unit. I like the price line, I like the way the trigger acted. The magwell's a little on the big side. Didn't come with a few toys. Not really a real con, just a personal preference issue. I've got some shooting videos I want to put up on here, so I think I'll leave my review at that. I hope if you folks enjoyed the little quick review and my fast talking and sarcasm, that maybe you'll like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope that maybe if you're looking at purchasing a handgun, you might consider one of these Springfield XDM Elites. They seem to be a pretty good product. So far, so good. We'll try and do a 1,000 round plus review further down the road, and we see how we feel about it then. Meanwhile, thanks a lot. Hope everybody has a great day, and come on back whenever you want a dose of sarcasm.